Good morning and welcome to the new episode of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Today, most of the people are celebrating Diwali. And in Diwali, apart from celebrating the return of Lord Rama to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile and victory over Ravana of Sri Lanka, it is more the story of worship of a very ancient goddess Lakshmi. As a matter of fact, goddess Lakshmi stands out in the pantheon of gods and goddesses. And not only in India, but across the globe, across the world. As a matter of fact, Hinduism is a very eclectic religion, or culture. And at the same time, when this culture was blooming in India and Southeast Asia, Greek culture, Iranian culture were also at the height. Unfortunately, those cultures have been wiped out by the hordes, whether they were Christians or Muslims, but they destroyed the very culture and rather assimilated them, taking them beyond recognition. Hinduism retained its identity, its entity, and its purity. Now, Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess and the bestower of power, wealth, and sovereignty, is worshipped on this day. And how do you see her? Draped in a red sari, beckoned with gold ornaments, seated on a lotus, pot in hand, flanked by white elephants. This is the image of Lakshmi that adorns most Hindu homes and business establishments. As I said, she's the goddess of wealth. She's goddess of fortune, of power, of luxury, of beauty, of fertility, and auspiciousness. And she holds the promise of material fulfillment and content. She's described as restless, whimsical, with her arms raised to bless and to grant the wishes. And for centuries, the invocation of the Hindus to this goddess have been there. And the beautiful lines that they invoke goddess translated into English for those of my friends who are not conversant with Sanskrit. Beautiful goddess seated on the chariot, beckoned by songs on lustful elephants, bedecked with lotus, pearls, and gems, lustrous as fire, radiant as gold, resplendent as the sun, calm as the moon, mistress of cows and horses, take away poverty and misfortune, bring rich joy, riches, harvest, and children. Now, world may have changed, but the thirst for material comfort continues to form the core of the most human aspirations. And most of the religions abhor, reject material comfort. On the other hand, the worship of Goddess Lakshmi shows that Hindu culture does not reject materialism. It considers materialism as a part of living. And how do they address Goddess Lakshmi? She is addressed as Shri. Shri normally is used as an honorific for male, but she is addressed. And it has been happening since the Vedic time. Shri is a sacred sound of cosmic auspiciousness and abundance, as I said, since the Vedic times. And that continues unabated till this date. And Goddess of Wealth continues to excite the people. As a matter of fact, since the Vedic times, Lakshmi has not lost her validity. Now, the popularity of Lakshmi can be gauged from one factor, her sacred name Shri. She is written atop most of the documents and spoken before addressing whom? A god, a teacher, a holy man, or anybody whom you revere. The word evokes, among other things, grace, affluence, abundance, auspiciousness, authority. And whatever follows the word is imbued with divine blessing. Married men and women are addressed as Shriman and Shrimati, as they are Lakshmi's blessing to harness and enjoy the wealth of the world, to support the family and sustain society. Now, Shrimati word is not used for unmarried women. Again, one thing beautiful, all these sages and ascetics, they are not addressed as Shriman because they have renounced the worldly riches. So goddess is addressed as Shri, male as well as respectable. So another thing, Om is a very sacred word and the vibrations are associated with the mystical side of the life. The word Shri is the same material side of the existence. So material and spiritual go hand in hand, and here is where the goddess Lakshmi comes in. And as I was telling, it's not only in India and Hindu culture, there's a widespread appeal of the Mother Earth and her representation personifying the beauty and the bounty of the earth as a goddess has been prevalent in all cultures. Greeks had Core, C-O-R-E, the corn goddess, who was known to the Romans as Demeter. The Egyptians had Isis, Sumerians had Inanna, Babylonians had Ishtar, Persians had Anahita, and Vikings had Freyra. So show me a single culture which doesn't have the alter ego of Lakshmi in any religion. So Shri Lakshmi is a Hindu form of timeless mother goddess who nurtures and nourishes all her life. In India, then, it's not only the Hindus who celebrate or worship Lakshmi, Buddhists and Jains also adore Lakshmi. And Buddhists and Jains are primarily monastic orders that turned away from the Vedic ritual and Brahminical dogma about 2500 years back. They, however, did not abandon their delightful goddess. If you have read the tales of Buddhist Jatkas, they are tales of men and women who request Lakshmi to drive away the misfortunes. Kalakani. Kalakani in the Buddhist mythology is the goddess of misfortune. Then the images of Kuber, the pot-bellied Yaksha king, the treasurer of the god, who is closely associated with Lakshmi, adorn Buddhist shrines. You go over there and you will see Kuber all the time. If you look at the holy Jain texts, it is said that when the exalted soul like a Tirthankara, and there were 24 Tirthankaras, is about to be born, the mother, expecting mother, dreams of many auspicious things, including goddess Shri Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi rather. Symbols of wealth and royal power, commonly associated with Lakshmi, are auspicious to both the Buddhists and the Jains. And what do they include? A pot, pile of gems, a throne, a fly whisk, a conch, a fish, a parasol, nags, yakshas, and a footstool, a horse, an elephant, and a wish-fulfilling tree. Now, Shri Lakshmi has a long history, goes into the hoary past, testifies to the fact that the first hymn of Rig Veda, the very first hymn, the Shri Sukta, is dedicated to her. And the very first original book of Hindu scriptures, Rig Veda, the oldest book in the world. And imagine the first hymn being dedicated to Mother Lakshmi, not to Shiva, not to Vishnu, not to Brahma, not to Mahesh. And considering her popularity among the Buddhists and the Jains, it has been proposed that worship has in fact predated Vedic culture because Buddhists and Jains rejected everything Vedic. So her worship predates Vedic culture and may have developed independently before she was adopted in Vedic, Buddhist and Jain folds. Initially, the scholars think that the words Shri and Lakshmi refer to anything that was auspicious and brought good luck. Later, the two words were personified into two goddesses and thus eventually merged, and out of that synthesis came the goddess Lakshmi, Shri Lakshmi. There is Shatpatha Brahma, and there are fragmented verses in that, and this Shatpatha Brahma was written not long after Vedas, and it talks of the birth of Lakshmi from the mouth of Prajapati, and the purpose to provide the people of this world, the cosmos, food, clothing, shelter, and all the things that make life comfortable and enjoyable. And not only the material benefits, the goddess also offered wisdom, strength, beauty, luck, sovereignty, splendor. In fact, all the good things of life are the blessings of goddess Mahashri Lakshmi. And the stories of Lakshmi also appeared in epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata. People, when they read Ramayana and Mahabharata, are concentrating only on Ram and Krishna. But it's not that. And these books, written again 300 BC to 380 in that period, and that was the period which witnessed the decreasing popularity of Vedic gods and rise of gods who offered moksha like Shiva and Vishnu. Gods and demons fight over Lakshmi, and then the churning of the ocean took place. The folk heroes of popular accepted Rama, the return of Ayodhya which we are celebrating today, and Krishna. They were viewed as incarnations of Vishnu. And look at that. The consorts, Sita, Radha, Rukmani, were becoming increasingly identified with Mahalakshmi. In Harivamsa, which is an appendix to Mahabharata, Marmatha, the goddess of love, lust and fertility, was described as son of Lakshmi. Now, Harivansha, most of the people may not even have heard of it, is an excellent treatise on the Hindu pantheon of gods and goddesses. Then the mythology of Lakshmi acquired full form in Puranas, the chronicles of gods, kings and sages. And in them the goddess came to be projected as one of the three forms of the Supreme Being. The Mother Goddess were there, but there were two other forms. Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, and Kali or Durga, the goddess of power. So Lakshmi was visualized both as an independent goddess and as Vishnu's consort, seated on his lap or his feet. Then there was another form of Lakshmi, Prithvi, the Vedic earth goddess. She became Bhudevi in Puranas and was a manifestation of Lakshmi. Now, look at the difference in South Indian culture and North Indian culture. In South Indian culture, the two goddesses were visualized as two different entities, standing on either side of Vishnu. Bhudevi is representing the tangible wealth, while Lakshmi, also called Shri Devi, represents intangible depth. When I talk of Shri Devi, I am not talking of the film actress, but the original Shri Devi. Now, tangible and intangible merged into one when it comes to North India. And the images of Lakshmi started appearing around the 3rd century BC, before Christ, 300 years before Christ. And we have seen the sculptures found in Kasumbi. Kasumbi is again place of the Buddhist mythology in North India. So sculptures were found where we see the image of Lakshmi. And in Gupta dynasty, in the 4th century after Christ, when the coins were struck, they carried the figure of Lakshmi. So then, since the Guptas admitted her as a goddess of wealth and everything, she became favorite of kings as more and more people believed her to be the bestower of power, wealth, sovereignty. And separate shrines to Lakshmi within the Princess of Vishnu temples have been built as early as the 7th century. Such shrines were definitely in existence by the 10th century. Nowadays, Hindus accept Lakshmi as the eternal consort of Vishnu, the preserver of the world. But in a long history, you see the goddess has been associated with many other deities. According to Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas, the goddess Lakshmi first lived with the demons before the gods captured her in the war. And she has graced the companionship of Asuras. Asuras were the demons, such as Hiranyaksha, Prahlad, Virochana, Bali, Rakshas as Ravana, Yakshas as Kuber. And then she was adorning the court of Indra, king of Devas. The most renowned gods of Vedic gods was Indra, of course. And the cities of Asuras, the demons, Hiranyapura, and Yakshas was Alkapuri. Rakshas inhabited Lanka, Nagas inhabited Bhogavati. They were all cities described as gold, cities of gold. And Lakshmi's mineral manifestation is gold. You would see all Lakshmi having golden outlook. So, after being associated with Asuras, she came to the gods. And within the Vedic pantheon, Lakshmi has been associated with many gods, especially gods associated with the water bodies. So this is very important. Indra was a rain god. That means the bestower of the fresh water. Soma, the moon god, which is the vexer and vainer of the tides in the ocean. Are you aware that Indra's wife, Sachi, was also known as Puloma? And Puloma is the name of Ashura woman, suggesting entry of Lakshmi from the word of Asuras into the word of Devas. And as the Vedic gods waned into insignificance around the 5th century, two gods came to dominate the classical Hindu worldview. One was God Shiva and the other was Vishnu. And before being associated with Vishnu, Lakshmi was briefly associated with Shiva. But then she became the consort of Vishnu, Narayan. Vishnu was Narayan, the ultimate refuge of man. And with Vishnu, this goddess of prosperity, wealth, sovereignty, power, was domesticated. No longer was she fleet-footed, running from one to the other. She was sitting demurely by the side of Vishnu, on his lap or at his feet. Now, the association with many gods has led to Lakshmi being viewed, many people do that, as fickle, restless, independent. Sociologists view the mythology of Lakshmi's fickleness as indicative of her cult of resistance to being assimilated in the mainstream Hinduism. Even today, there is some simmering tension between the mythology of Lakshmi as an independent goddess and her mythological association with as Vishnu's consort. Philosophers choose to view the fickleness of in an independence of Lakshmi basically as an allegory for a restlessness of fortune. As the fortune shifts from one to the other, nobody is ever wealthy. So the wealth comes and goes. So does Lakshmi. She is fickle. And more often than that, there are no rational explanations of fortunes and misfortunes. So this fickle and fleet-footed goddess, as I told you, she has variations in all over the world, whether it was Greek, whether it was Iranian, Egyptian, Mesopotamian, has been there, but she has retained her pristine beauty, attraction only in Hindu culture. And today is the day when people worship because she is a goddess and good times come without warning and leave without warning suddenly. So the worship is there that let the good times stay forever and make the people feel that they are really, really enjoyable. So go ahead and worship Mahalakshmi, Shri Mahalakshmi. Therein lies your salvation. Thank you.